Jay Garcia Saturn has arrived, with the leaked preview of the upcoming chapter 1089 hinting at the outbreak of a major incident that will shake the world. We know that at the center of this incident are the Straw Hat Pirates. The previous chapter ended with the headline that the Emperor of the Sea, Straw Hat Luffy, had barricaded himself within the future island Egghead. But the main reason is all other plot points and storylines post 1.0 or in the Egghead arc are done, with Eustace Kid being done in by Shanks, Trafalgar Law being done in by Teach, and Monkey D. Garp being dealt with by the Blackbeard Pirates and his former student, ex-Admiral Aokiji. Predictions. I have two predictions. First, Zoro, Sanji, or both of them will fight Kizaru. And second, Saturn will die. For me, the first prediction, aside from the obvious demand from both fans and the characters themselves wanting to get back after what Kizaru did to the... We know Oda loves his parallels. When Kizaru was first introduced, Bo was shown when to primarily use his legs and ask his enemies if they've ever been hit by a light speed kick. And who else uses only kicks whilst fighting? Sanji. He even goes as far as to use a light beam from his leg to destroy one of those Sabaody root trees after asking some random, hackless, no name, never seen before, never seen again pirates for directions. What, and all just to flex? I don't think so. In the same arc, he confronts Rayleigh and all of a sudden he decides to pull out a sword. Why would he do that when he could travel at the speed of light? Why wouldn't he try to speed blitz him first or get some distance and use the Yasakani no Magatama? Just like he did in the Zephyr movie, or just like he did in Film Red. I know why. Because he's gonna fight Zoro too. Now onto my second prediction. 1088 hinted at the outbreak of a major incident that will shake the world on Egghead Island. We need to look at what the context of this dialogue indicates. An incident that will shake the world. I don't know about you, but according to the paper, Vegapunk being the world's #1 scientist being kidnapped by Emperor Luffy is big enough, no? What could possibly be worse than that? When I asked myself this question, I put myself in the position of someone who lives in the world of One Piece. So from that perspective, that's definitely bad, but Vegapunk is a governmental resource. He can be replaced, no? And since Roger, we knew these pirates were bold. If Kizaru was killed, that would be very concerning, but he's a resource too, and I'm sure on the front line of battle, admirals face conflict all the time. It's what they're paid to do, and it wouldn't be the first time that we're hearing it, allegedly. What would really make me shit myself is hearing that one of the 5 highest nobles of the world government was murdered, and not only that, it was Straw Hat Luffy who did it. If I read that, I would be terrified. This is the kind of news that would make me relocate. And as we know, Luffy doesn't kill. In Film Red, since Uta was confirmed to be canon, Kizaru was happy to sacrifice people's lives in order to kill Uta, because ultimately it's better that a few people are killed to defeat a massive global threat than to try and save everyone and potentially lose everything. With that kind of thinking, I don't see why if the Straw Hats manage to actually beat Saturn, that Kizaru doesn't try to sacrifice him in some way in order to buy himself time to escape. We've seen Kizaru surrender twice. Unlike a Kainu who would rather die than lose, he'd be happy to give whatever it takes in order to survive. Multiple times, now Oda has made it a point to have the new age of piracy be a constant message in One Piece. This is also backed up by the fact that all the staples of bigwigs from the older era are slowly but surely being either defeated or killed. It started off with Whitebeard. Now we've got Big Mom and Kaido who have reigned for decades, and the latest death being Garp. If you enjoyed this video separately, then make sure to drop a sub, and I'll be dropping a lot more One Piece videos shortly.